going on? So I thought I would do a video, just a real quick one, on a little device that I have. A lot of people have reached out asking what I use to record when you hear videos that have like reverb and effects on them. I got to be honest, like I have this, I don't know if you can see it. I have like a full, I do a lot of recording my own, right? So I have a full recording setup in my house, but I somehow haven't figured out how to really do this on YouTube with my phone because I don't have a real good camera. I just use my phone for everything. And I haven't figured out how to hook up the audio of all of that to my phone for the video part. And I have not bought I don't know, I just haven't gotten into that. So in any event, the short answer is I have, for probably a number of years now, because I bought a Focusrite Scarlett. That's my USB analog converter device. I use, I don't know, I came across somewhere this thing called the Focusrite iTrack Pocket. There it is. And, I'm not endorsed or sponsored or anything. This is my own opinion. I don't know why everybody has to say that crap, but I figured since I'm talking about an actual product, I'll say that. But yeah, this is just something I've owned for years. And it comes with a piece of software that you can put on your phone. And you can see this thing connects directly. I have an iPhone, but you can take this thing out and just any kind of, I think that's just like a USB-C type connector or any kind of looks like my Android connector on my wife's phone, the Android connector on her phone. But you can connect this, thing directly to your phone. I can't show you. Well, actually, I got another phone here I could show you. So here's an iPhone. Plug that thing in. And the nice thing is it just kind of sits in this little holder. There's like a slot. Can you see it? Yeah, it's like cut out right there. And it'll sit right in there and sit on the desk. And it's real nice. But the best thing I find is it has some really decent effects on it. It has a nice kind of, they call it an enhancement, but really it's basically a compressor limiter. No settings. It's just either on or off. And then, you can turn on how much of it you want the enhancement, but there's no actual settings like a regular compressor would have. And then there's I don't know, a handful of effects like big reverb, small reverb, doubling effect. And again, there's a level on the side of this. And you've heard my horn through it, so you can play the horn, probably, I don't know, it's about a foot away. And it's, if you turn the level down, you're not going to completely blow the speaker out or the mic out. And then on the other side, you can put a guitar in here. So it's really handy if you do, like me, I do a variety of things. So I bought it really to sing and play guitar, was my original idea behind this. And I don't really do that much because my voice is just gone. But this is really handy for doing trumpet if you want to record. Now, I haven't used this, so you can't kind of edit with it where you can have effects and not have effects. So it's hard to do a video like this where I'm talking because I don't want reverb on it. And then if I were to want to play the horn, there's no button to turn that on and off like live, which is kind of a disappointment. But, I think this thing's like under $100. So, I mean, for $100, that's, you're not going to get every bell and whistle. But I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, there it is. The Focusrite iTrack Pocket. All right, so that was my Schilke 1040 FLR in raw brass using this Legends SHFL mouthpiece. Check that out. I like to show that off, or like at least talk about that, because a lot of folks are always like, hey, love your tone, what's your mouthpiece, and then what's your equipment? So believe me, man, I do the same thing. I hear somebody play like Roy Hargrove, which I just played there. That's one of his solos, one of my favorites of all time. And I have wanted that wood flugelhorn from Inderbinen forever, because number one, it looks cool as can be. But man, Roy had such a sound on that thing. But you got to remember that we're all different. We all sound different. I could play the exact same equipment that Roy played. I'm not going to sound like Roy. That's what he sounded like. So just get out there and play what really feels good and sounds good to you, and don't worry too much about the equipment. I know that's a bunch of, it's like, I get why you telling me that. That's ridiculous. I'm going to worry about it. And you can't see it behind me, but I have hundreds of mouthpieces, and I've got dozens of horns. I'm same with guitars. I'm crazy like that too. So I'm not scolding anyone or calling anybody out. I do the same thing. But in the end, no matter what I've done, I sound like me. And you really got to get comfortable with loving and appreciating what you sound like and what you have to offer, and not worry too much that you don't sound like somebody else. So just do your thing and lay it down. But, most importantly, put it out there. Let other people hear it. I don't play wonderfully all the time or most of the time, but I like to put it out there, and I really appreciate all the great feedback I get from everyone. And, a lot of folks say really nice, kind words to me, and believe me, that goes a long way. I really appreciate that. So, thankfully I haven't reached any kind of point on the internet where people are just hammering me with terrible comments and telling me how much I suck. So I'm not looking forward. Hopefully I'll never get there, but I'm enjoying where I'm at today, and thanks for that. So see you.